Now, if you haven't got this, one trick I did learn in the scrap. I'm going to hit there while pushing down. Also, this is how Matt Armstrong started out. On a driveway, doing a wishbone. All them years ago. One could dream.
Come on, get me in a move. If you only let me go with the moon. When the sun comes up, then I love you too. I do. Come on, get me in a move.
No bike or Granada. Today, we're working on my niece's Fiesta. The other week she had a knocking noise. We had a little look and it turned out to be the ball joint on the wishbone on the driver's side. I did tell her then to get a pair of wishbones and I'll do them both, but she didn't listen to me. And would you believe it, 2 weeks later, now the passenger side's knocking. I'm a firm believer in you do them as a pair, same as you do your brake pads as a pair, your brake discs as a pair, and that kind of thing. It's relatively cheap, £30 for a wishbone. It's only a couple of bolts holding it on. The most novice of people can do this repair on their own driveway with the most basic of toolkits. It is an easy job. Give it a go yourself. Like today, it's a Sunday. I've done a deal with her. She's in there doing me a Sunday roast, and I'm going to do this on her car. So I want to go through and show you how I do it. And whilst we're there, we'll check the condition of the brake pads. We'll have a look at the steering rack and other conditions whilst we've got the wheel off and we're in there. So let's get into it and we'll show you how easy it is to do. I know not everyone's going to have one of these. In a pinch, you can use the jack that the car comes with. It's not very stable, but as a precaution, jack it up, take the wheel off, and then put the wheel under the sill. So if it does move or fall, it's going to fall and hit the tyre, not on you. Not that you should be under there anyway. But now, if you're on the lower jack, you take the wheel off and put it under the sill. So at least if it does go down, you've got that thickness. Right. As the wheel's off, whilst we're here, we'll check the condition of the disc, check the thickness of the pads. We'll look at like the steering rack, ball joints. We'll check them, make sure it's split on the drive shaft, CV gaiters as well. I'll pull you in so I can show you what we're taking off. Here's the wishbone. The hardest part of this is separating this ball joint. I do have a ball joint splitter, but I'm also going to show you another way of splitting that without a ball joint splitter. So that fits in there, and then so we'll undo the ball joint first. Then we'll take that stud out, and then we'll take this one out here. Once all them three are out, we can then pop this down and pop that out, and then literally new one straight in. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. The first bit we're going to do is this ball joint here. It's a 15 on this side and a 13 on this side. So I'm going to get the spanner on the back to hold it. And I know people are going to be screaming at me right now, but I don't have an impact rated 15. So I know I'm being very naughty, but when my missus asked me if I was a bad boy, I'm a bad boy. So it's not winding out, so I'm not going to hit it. I want to try and push it first whilst winding, and then when the threads catch, it should go. See? No hitting involved, and it's out. What I want to do is separate the ball joint from the hub. Now these can get seized in, so the ideal tool, ball joint splitter. These are very cheap. These are about £5–6 quid, and I've had this one for a little while now. I use it for everything. But you can see it's wedge shaped, and you'd literally, so that go in there, and then you'd hammer it, and that'll pop out. Put it, and it go either side of the ball joint, and you just hammer it in, and it'll just pop out. Now, if you haven't got this, one trick I did learn in the scrapyard, I don't know if my crowbar's long enough, but what you can do is, or you have got this and it's seized. I haven't tried it with this one yet. We'll try and go. Oh, sorry, camera. So what I've done is I've gone off the sill and I'm levering, and then with a copper hammer, I'm going to hit there while pushing down. See that? Now that's one little trick I learned when I worked in a breakage yard. The longer the bar you've got, going off the sill and out here, the more leverage you've got, the better it is. And you're not trying to hit it down, you're just hitting it inwards with a copper hammer, not a ball peen hammer or, you know, any metal hammers. So yeah, so that's now loose. So what we can do now, that's loose, under that bolt, and it'll fall out. It's easy as that. That's it. So technically, that's free to come out. If we pull it down here, easy as that. That's the issue we had. I don't know if you can see in there that ball joint's completely knackered. So that would have made an absolute racket. And then the rubber up here is not too great either. So, old one, gone. I'm gonna slide back in, this end first, then that end, and then we'll get this in. With a copper, any fine adjustments. Start the threads. There you go. Just trying to line the holes up. Now I have got this lift chopped, so don't worry about it coming down. But thank you for your concern. Get the thread started. And then, in regards to how far you go in, on the shaft there's a little groove that the bolt sort of slides through. But then that's it. He says, if you can find the nut and bolt, pop this in. That's it. And get that on. Do it all up now. Now I'm just going to give it one ugger-dugger and then we'll check the torque specs. It's all on, temporarily bolted in. We're now going to torque it up. Your pinch bolt is 38 foot-pound and then the other two bolts are 48 foot-pound. It's done in two stages. So you do them torque settings, wheels on, lower the car down, let it settle, and then you turn them 180 degrees. I'll put a screenshot up of the Haynes manual somewhere. But if you're not talking old foot-pounds in Newton meters, we're talking 52 Newton meters for the pinch bolt and 65 Newton meters for the other two. So this is already set. Look at that. But also, this is how Matt Armstrong started out. On a driveway, doing a wishbone. All them years ago. One could dream, eh? So yeah, let's get the wheel back on. Lower it down, and then we'll come under and we'll turn the nut 180 degrees. See you in a minute. Ooh, bike friend! Bike friend! Ooh! Now, I'm not going to do them up with this just yet. Just run it down so I've got to sit there for ages, do it by hand. And then we'll torque them up. So the torque specs on these is 80 foot-pounds or 102, is that correct? 108 Newton meters in new money. So old money, 80. We're all set to 80. And then we're going to go there, 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 in that pattern. After about 30 mile, we'll just check them again and make sure they're all okay. But it don't feel like a lot. It's what the manual says, it's what the manual says. So, you know, we follow the rules. Now we're on, take the handbrake off, I'm gonna let it roll a little bit, let it settle. And I'm gonna get under there and then turn the nuts 180 degrees. Let's go. One more of them and that'll be 180. Becky's gonna moan at me for another hoodie. I can't be the only bloke that, you know, accidentally turns your nice stuff into your work stuff. One more 8th. Car's all done. Anything else needs doing? I've checked your brake pads. Brake pads are good. Tyres ain't pumping up. Again, I'll do that for you before you go. In about 30 mile, we need to just check these nuts are tight. Yeah? So that's what you're meant to do. Hopefully you enjoyed that and you weren't too bored. Nice, simple, easy repair to do. If you want any more like this, I'm quite happy because I'm always getting dirty. Catch you on the next one. Yeah, you got loads of room. Go on.